Esther chapter 3. After these events, King Xerxes honored Haman, son of Hammedatha, the Agagites, elevating him and giving him a seat of honor higher than that of honor of other of nobles. All the royal officials at the king gate knelt down and paid honor to Haman, from the king had commanded this concerning him. But Mordecai would not kneel down or pay him honor. Then the royal officials at the king's gate asked Mordecai, "Why do you disobey the king's command?" Day after day they spoke to him, but he refused to comply. Therefore they told Haman about it to see whether Mordecai's behavior would be tolerated, for he had told them he was a Jew. When Haman saw that Mordecai would not kneel down, pay him honor, he was enraged. Yet, having learned who Mordecai before were, he scorned the idea of killing only Mordecai. Instead, Haman looked for a way to destroy Mordecai people, the Jews, throughout the whole kingdom of Xerxes. In the 12th year of King Xerxes, in the first month, the month of Nisan, the pure, was cast in the presence of Haman to select a day, a month. And the lot fell of the 12th month, the month of Adar. Then the Haman said to King Xerxes, "There is a certain people dispersed among all the people in all the province in your kingdom who keep themselves separate. Their custom are those who are all other people and do not obey the king's laws. It is not the king's best interest to tolerate them. If it please the king, let a decree be issued to destroy them. I will give 10,000 talents of silver to the king's administrators for the royal treasury." So the king took his signet ring from his finger and gave it to the Hamad, son of Hammedatha, the Agagites, the enemy of the Jews. "Keep the money," the king said to Haman, "and do with the people as you please." Then on the 13th day of the first month of the royal secretaries were summoned. They wrote out in the script of each province and in the language of each people all Haman's orders to the king's satraps, the governors of the various provinces, and the noble of various people. These were written in the name of the king Xerxes himself and sealed with his own ring. Dispatches were sent by couriers to all the king's provinces with the order to destroy, kill, and annihilate all the Jews, young and old, women and children, on the single day, the 13th day of 12th month, the month of Adar, and to plunder their goods. A copy of the text of the edict was to be issued as law in every province and made known to the people of every nationality, so they would be ready for that day. The couriers went out, spurred on by the king's command, and the edict was issued in the citadel of Susa. The king of Haman and sat down was to drink, but the city of Susa was bewildered. Matthew chapter 18. At the time of the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" He called a little child to him and placed the child among them. Then he said, "Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of the heaven. Therefore, whoever takes the lonely position of his child is the greatest child in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes such one child in my name welcomes me. If anyone cause one of the little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of the things that cause people to stumble. Such things must come, but woe to the person through whom they come. If your hand, your foot, cause you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to enter their life maimed or crippled than to have 2 hands or 2 feet and be thrown into the eternal fire. And if your eye cause you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into the fire of hell. See that you do not despise me, one of these little ones, for I tell you that angels in heaven always see the face of my Father in heaven. What do you think? If a man owns 100 sheep, and one of them wanders away, will he not leave the 99 of the hills and go to look for the one that wandered off? And if he finds it, truly I tell you, if he is happier about that one sheep than about 99 that did not wander off. In the same way, your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should perish. If your brothers and sisters sin, go and point out their fault just between the two of you. If they listen to you, you have won them over. But if they will not listen, take one or two others along, so that every matter may be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If they still refuse to listen, tell it to the church. And if they refuse to listen even to the church, treat them as you would a pagan or a tax collector. Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Again, truly I tell you that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for all of them by my Father in heaven. For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them. Then Peter came to Jesus and asked, Lord, how many times shall forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times. Jesus answered, I tell you not 7 times, but 77 times. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. As he began the settlement, a man who owed him a 10,000 bags of gold was brought to him. Since he was not able to pay, the master ordered, and then he and his wife and his children and all that he had be sold to rebate the debt. As it the servant fell on knees before him. Be patient with me, he begged. I will pay back everything. The servant's master took pity on him, cancelled the debt, and let him go. But when that servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 silver coins. He grabbed him and began to choke him. Pay back you what you owe me, he demanded. His fellow servant fell to his knees and begged him, be patient with me, and I will pay it back. But he refused. Instead, he went out and had the man thrown into the prison until he could pay the debt. 31. When the other servants saw what had happened, they were outraged, and he went and told their master everything that had happened. Then the master, he called me servant in, you wicked servant. He said, I cancel all the debts of yours because you begged me to. Should you have mercy on your fellow servant as I had on you? In anger, his master and had him over to the jailers to be tortured until he should pay back of all he owned. This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart.